This is Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
You are looking live at a beautiful shot of downtown San Antonio that you can only get from the rock pile. We are at historic Alamo Stadium for tonight's TNL matchup. It's Alamo Heights and Jefferson on Thursday Night Lights. Good evening, everybody. Don Harris with you in the press box with my broadcast partner, Chuck Mikatinik, down on the sidelines. Tonight, it's a District 14 5A matchup. Alamo Heights running away with this district. The Jefferson Mustangs trying to stay in contention, Chuck, for a playoff spot.
Yeah, Don, this is going to be an interesting ball game tonight because Alamo Heights, not only one of the best 5A teams in the region, they're one of the best teams, period, in the region. Tell me something that these guys don't have. Size, speed. They're stacked outside. They got a good quarterback. They got receivers that can run. They got a defense that's super talented and will fly all over the field. Jefferson will try to shorten up this ball game. And to your point, Don, as we look at the district standings in 14-5A, Jefferson right in the thick of the meat of this district. They could really use this game tonight, and they've got some talent too, and we'll be getting into them as the night goes along.
You talked about those special athletes. It all starts for Alamo Heights with Rhett Anderson. We saw this kid last year on their deep playoff run. He is something special.
Yeah, he's got amazing hands, and he's an amazing athlete. 23 touchdowns a year ago, 7 already this year. Don, this dude is a touchdown machine. 32 scores in his last 18 ball games. What do you think the chances he gets into the end zone tonight on?
Pretty good. Monte Carter and the Jefferson Mustangs will try to put up a fight, like you said, keeping the ball on the ground, and Monte Carter's the guy that makes it go.
Yeah, and like Rhett Anderson, Monte, a stellar student, and you know, my guy, he plays guitar too. So this is a guy that does a little bit of everything for the Jefferson Mustangs. He was on JV last year, so he's getting his first chance to guide the program as a junior. You look at those stats, he's been pretty darn special.
The Mustangs wearing their all red. It's a good look, and we're going to have a great game tonight. Alamo Heights and Jefferson when we come back. It's our Gomez Law Firm keys to the game. It's Thursday Night Lights from Alamo Stadium next. Welcome back to Alamo Stadium. It's Alamo Heights and Jefferson. We're getting close to Halloween. We got a full moon out here tonight. And right now it's time for our Gomez Law Firm keys to the game. Chuck, let's get it started with Coach Ron Ritteman and the Alamo Heights Mules.
Yeah, they want to stay sharp on offense, Don. They're coming off a bye. And then secondly, this is really kind of a shame. You know, they want to play with their hair on fire. They got a lot of kids with really good flow. So I hate to see all that good flow go to waste. But they want to win also the kicking game. This is one of the best teams in the entire region, and one of the best special teams units, and we're going to see that on display all evening long.
Yeah, and one of the best coaches around, Coach Ron Ritteman. Here's what he had to say about the matchup.
Coach Cardenas and those guys do a great job with their personnel and with the style of football they play. They have two basic packages. One is just a power 7-man line, 4 running backs that come right at you. They're very patient, and they're okay with making 3 or 4 yards of play. They don't run out of bounds. They don't throw incomplete passes. They do a good job of shortening the game and maintaining control of the football. So obviously the challenge for us is we got to be as physical as we've been all year. We've got to get them behind the sticks. You know, it's got to be 2nd and long, 3rd and long to get them to do some things that maybe they're not comfortable with doing. But if we allow them to line up and just run it down our throat for 3 or 4 yards every play, they'll do that the whole Friday night or Thursday night. They'll do it all night long. So that's the chore there. And then offensively, because you have fewer possessions, you better do something with it when you do have it.
He pretty much explained the Jefferson Mustangs keys, Chuck. What is Ed Cardenas trying to do?
Yeah, check 1 on the box, check 2 on the box there, and then lastly from Coach Cardenas, and I don't think this is going to be a problem, they're going to play all 4 quarters. It's going to be really important for these guys to get off to a great start, possess the ball, kill the clock, and then find a way to get 6 points at the end of a drive.
Here's Coach Ed Cardenas.
Coach Ritteman, those guys do a great job with those kids, and yeah, they're definitely keeping us up at night. But most of all, it's they play good technique. You know, they're good technicians, and they got good size and speed. But if we can hold on to that football and run the clock, that's going to be our advantage.
we'll see who can get it done. When we come back, we'll have our national anthem. It's Alamo Heights and Jefferson. The teams taking the field. We'll kick it off when we come back.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Taco Cabana, the Gomez Law Firm, Vulcan Materials Company, Centro Med, Red McCombs Toyota, Texas Med Clinic, Align Mortgage, Cowboys AC, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio, San Antonio Metropolitan Health District, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Rhino Roofers, Atlas Floors Carpet One, Air and Plumbing Today, Solve HR, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, Beluga Air, Christus Santa Rosa Sports Medicine, and Monarch Trophy Studio.
Chuck, we do games all over South Texas. There is nothing quite like being at the Rock Pile.
Oh, I'm 100% with you, man. I get a buzz every time I come over to this place and just looking at it, and then you get to go down on the field and you see the excitement with the players, and everybody loves coming to this place to play a ball game. No question about it. I think it's going to be a fascinating ball game, Don, too, because of just how diametrically different both of these teams are. Jefferson has got a young team, but they've got an experienced team, and we'll explain that during the course of the game.
It's time for our national anthem. Let's turn it over to our public address announcer, Bill Evans.
Game Time Weather is sponsored by Air and Plumbing Today.
Welcome back. We're closing on kickoff. Time for our Air Today Game Time Weather. It is 86 degrees. A beautiful night for football. Partly cloudy with the wind out of the east at 7 miles an hour. The Jefferson Mustangs won the flip they have elected to take the football. And that goes back to the keys to the game that we talked about, Chuck, in that they want to get the ball and run the clock and see if they can move the football and eat up as much time to keep it away from that Alamo Heights offense.
Yeah, and these coaches, they both really have a fondness for each other and a huge respect factor going back and forth across the sidelines. Interesting stuff. Coach Cardenas' nephew is Big Oscar from UTSA, the tight end. And, of course, Coach Ritteman, his son is the tight end coach at UTSA. So these guys are sitting in the stands on Saturday afternoons or Saturday evenings, usually watching the UTSA Roadrunners play. So these guys both been around the block, both really good coaches, and getting ready for some football here tonight at Alamo Stadium.
It is time for our Rhino Roofers first half kickoff. Ethan Ball ready to put the foot into it. Johnny Gamboa and Adrian Garces back deep for the Mustangs. And this will go to Gamboa. He'll take it at the 5. Bounces off, and nice tackle there by the Alamo Heights squad. And it'll set up first down. A lined mortgage first down right there on the 24-yard line. Our first look at Amonte Carter and company. He gets the play from Coach Cardenas, and here we go. We will not see him put the ball up in the air very much at all. They do not attempt many passes whatsoever. They're going to try to get 3-4 yards a pop, move the sticks, and keep it away from the mules. And right away, he'll get the pitch and a nice gain of about 4 yards. And that's Gamboa. Gamboa has 232 yards on the season, 5 touchdowns. Carter leads them in touchdowns with 6. So Gamboa, as you see, the senior. They run Carter all the way to the sideline to get the play. They'll milk the play clock. They're in no hurry. Again, we'll see where they snap it here. About 10 seconds left on the clock right now. It's the same play, very similar. And it looked, Chuck, like Gamboa could have had a little bit more yardage if he wouldn't have slipped down. Here's a look at their starting lineup. Another key player for them is Adrian Garces. Austin Banda and Alberto Lopez are the bangers. Jordan Portales has a bit of a sprained ankle, but number 15 will also be in there a little bit at fullback when they want to pound it on 4th and 1 or 3rd and short.
Yeah, this is the power eye you're getting a chance to look at. And it's interesting, right? The first play of the game, handoff, and who's leading the blocks? Quarterback, Amonte Carter.
It's 3rd and 3. This is what they want to do all night long. Can they get the 3? It's close to the yard marker. It's Gamboa again, and it's going to be really close.
I think they gave it to him.
And they'll move the sticks. It's an aligned mortgage first down. And so far, the Mustangs are doing exactly what they want to do. They snap that ball with about 5 seconds to go on the play clock.
Don, if Coach Cardenas has his way, we're all going to be out for tacos here in about 90 minutes. This is what they do. They want to slow kill you before they get after you. It's just a death by 1,000 cuts, and nobody runs it better than the Jefferson Mustangs.
There's that stacked eye set. They've got the fullback up front. Instead, they'll pitch it to Gamboa again. He gets the edge, and he gets 3 again, gets out of bounds. That's not something they want to do, but it'll stop the clock with 9:42. But again, another good chunk of yardage, almost a full 5 yards on first down.
Yeah, Garces and Gamboa, seen a little bit of them tonight in this triple I formation, and they're going to come downhill with it, as you see. I mean, you're going to run inside, outside, and obviously no concerns whatsoever about getting to the line of scrimmage and going up tempo.
Yep, and they're running to the left on almost every snap where their younger offensive linemen are. This one's straight up the middle, and again, look at them push the pile. Another 4 yards there. It'll be 3rd down and about a yard after a nice pickup there. As we take a look at the Alamo Heights defense, they have some real stars. Manny Harris is a team captain. He was all district a year ago. Tommy Colligan, their linebacker, was the district co-MVP, and Jackson Duffin on the back end, the senior safety, was all district as well. So that'll set up 3rd down and 1. Clock continues to run. And again, it's that power I with Banda, the fullback. They pitch it again and keeping his feet and breaking it for another Align Mortgage first down across midfield is Johnny Gamboa. Big night for him. They're just, so far, Chuck, handed it to the senior, run left, and let's see if you can stop it.
Yeah, and Ethan Ball had a crack at him. He jumped in there and had a crack at him.
Ethan Ball tried to strip the football. Yeah. So that'll set up a new set of downs as the Mustangs move into Mules territory. And again, they run their quarterback, Carter, all the way to the sideline. No hurry, get the call, walk on in, just saunter up. 13 to snap it. They've got Portales up there behind Banda. But guess what? It's Gamboa, and Alamo Heights says, okay, we figured out exactly what you guys are going to do. Late flag comes in, but a nice job by the Mules' Will Broderick to come up and make the tackle. And let's check the flag.
Yeah, Ethan Ball not going to whip a second time, too. He was in there to make the play as well.
Ernie Bustamante, our referee tonight. So they'll back it up 10 yards. After the holding call, it'll still be first down. But now is when these kind of things and that kind of offense put you in a bind. Because if you're not able to throw the football and you've got 1st and 20, no longer can you try to get 3 yards a pop. Same set. Banda, Portales, and Gamboa. And Carter keeps it himself behind that offensive line. He pushes forward for about 2.5. And Chuck, I kind of like Cardenas' theory there. It's like, we ran the same play 5 times in a row until you prove you can stop it.
Nothing wrong with that, right?
They finally did, and so now it'll be 2nd down and 17 as Carter will get the call from Ed Cardenas.
Yeah, we'll see if they get a little exotic here because, I mean, as you said, the last thing that Jefferson can afford to do is get behind the sticks. Does not work to their advantage.
They'll try the right side. Gamboa again gets about 3 or 4, and now it'll be 3rd down and a mile. 3rd down and about 15 with the clock running under 7 minutes here in the first quarter. New play clock at 30, and they're glad to just run the clock. By the time this is snapped, we'll be close to 6 minutes to go. Carter's still now just jogging to the huddle.
Oh, come on, he's got 14 seconds left. You know, Don, and one of their best receivers, Austin Amosquita's had a little bit of a bum ankle. He's dressed, but he has not entered the ball game to this point.
See if they put it up here. They will not. They'll run Gamboa to the right. He cuts it back inside, and a good collapsing defense by the Mules. Corbin Gunter coming up to make the hit. It'll be 4th down, and here comes the punt team.
Well, it's one of those things. If you're going to run this 3 yards a chunk offense, you have to be precise. You pretty much have to be perfect when you're playing a team like Alamo Heights. And once they got that holding penalty, that really, really messed up that drive.
Michael Flores is going to be the punter tonight for the Mustangs. Low snap, gets off a low kick. It'll bounce at the 20. It's going to bounce all the way to the 12, and it'll be fielded there by Anderson. Red Anderson gets out of bounds at about the 22. And when we come back, we'll see that powerful Alamo Heights offense that's putting up over 55 points a game. Their first possession next. Welcome back. Alamo Heights getting its first crack at it, and the first time we'll see Conley McKenna. And Chuck, he is the profile of our Beluga Air player profile.
Look at that, 2-year letterman in football, also on the Unity Council there at Alamo Heights. A lot of these guys, National Honor Society, and Don, I think you could put our GPAs together. I don't know that we would crack the century mark like that stud is, 102.3. Getting it done.
Smart in the classroom and great on the field. He has completed 74% of his passes this year, 11 touchdowns to only 1 interception. And here we go with Alamo Heights. They'll spread you out. Michael Terry has the football. He's that super soft. Watch out. One man to beat, cuts back, and he almost broke it. Michael Terry played last year and was all-district as a freshman. He is 6'3", 205. He has already got Division I offers. He's 15 years old, and he is going to be with Rhett Anderson, the 2 guys that are the most explosive players in this district.
Yeah, we'll be able to talk about MT3 all night long, but they got a cavalcade of stars on this Alamo Heights offense, that is for sure.
They split him out to the right, Anderson to the left. And they will throw that slant over the middle. That's caught by Wyatt Thistle, and he's got a huge gain and a lined mortgage first down across the 40 down to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, you got MT3, got Red Anderson, and then Wyatt Thistle gash you too. He's got 7 catches for 141 and 3 TDs already this year.
They put up the numbers, and quickly you see why they're so explosive. Keep your eye on Rhett Anderson, top of your screen. Single coverage there. One of the most dangerous players in the city. Terry at the bottom of your screen. And here's McKenna. He'll hand it inside, right up the middle, and a big gain there for Bennett Flesher. The senior all-district player from a year ago. One of their top rushers with 138 yards on the season.
Yeah, nice job up front by the Alamo Heights OLs. Slashing and gashing.
That'll set up second down at about 3. The first quarter flying by here. Again, it's Terry at the bottom of your screen, Anderson at the top. He's got his choice of electrifying receivers. And Jefferson's going to want to talk this over. And we will take the time with them. It is 0-0, 3:42 to go in the first, but the Mules are on the march when we come back.
Mic check, test. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Week 7 of Thursday Night Lights, where the Jefferson Mustangs are currently hosting the Alamo Heights Mules. I'm here with one of the key contributors to tonight's game, Michael Hines with Taco Cabana. Michael, just tell us a little bit about why the high school community is so important to Taco Cabana.
Well, Taco Cabana, right now, we're on our 45th anniversary for being in San Antonio, so just supporting the community is like one of our #1 priorities right now. Just showing them that we care and we want to give back for being here for 45 years and go on another 45.
You were telling me before the game that you have a Halloween special going on at Taco Cabana.
Yes, absolutely. Right now we have this new Halloween booklet that we have out. It's $2 a booklet and you get 5 free bean and cheese while supplies last.
Now the holidays are right around the corner. You also offer catering.
Yes, absolutely. So we offer catering for any occasion, for Halloween parties, tailgating parties, Thanksgiving, Christmas, graduation parties, anything like that that's coming up.
Now, high school football season, families are going to be getting out of these games late. Luckily for them, y'all are open late.
Yes, absolutely. Our hours right now, Sunday through Thursday, we're open until 12 o'clock during the drive-thru, and then on Fridays and Saturdays, we're open until 2 in the morning.
Michael, I appreciate your time. I'll send it back to you, Don and Chuck.
All right, thanks, Kristen. Rhett Anderson showing everything we thought he was, beating a man down the sideline to put Alamo Heights on the board. The extra point is up and good, and Alamo Heights is taking lead 7-0 here in the first. Welcome back. Time for the Chris of Santa Rosa Sports Medicine Band Cam. We take a look at the Alamo Heights band, all suited up. Time of the year where all their big competition performances are ready to go, and the bands really get good this time of year. Early in the season, they're just kind of working their way through their program that they're going to take to competition, but make sure you stick around for our halftime show, and we'll have the Scholar athletes and we'll hear from both bands, and that's always a good time. Rhett Anderson, we told you at the outset, one of the best players in all of San Antonio. Not getting a ton of D1 offers because of his size, but this kid will play at the next level somewhere, right, Chuck?
Yeah, and a lot of Ivy League interest based on his GPA, so, you know, more power to you, right? If you get a chance to go to a school like that, get it paid for because you're playing football, all right, that's pretty cool. I'll take that.
After the penalty, Alamo Heights will be kicking off from the 45. Let's see if Ethan Ball can put it between the uprights. That might be the challenge. Instead, he's going to do a little onside squibber, try to get the football back. It's loose. Alamo Heights thinks they have it. They do. The Mules, just like that. They don't want to give up all that time on the clock. They want the football back, and they get it back. And I believe that was the linebacker, Corbin Gunter, who comes up with the football.
Well, a little trickeration here for Alamo Heights after they get the score. And Don, we talked about this. Alamo Heights, they expect to win every snap on special teams and actually use special teams as a way to help move the scoreboard. They're as good as anybody doing this.
Bennett Flesher came up with the recovery. It's first down and 10 for the Mules at the Jefferson 34. Little swing pass to Flesher. Breaks one tackle, and he's dropped at about the 32-yard line after a gain of a couple.
Good job by, I'm sorry, Don.
Go ahead.
Cut you off. Yeah, I was just going to say, great job by the Mustangs rallying to the football that time. You got a little taste of what Rhett Anderson could do if you don't swarm to the football. That time there were 4 Mustangs there to help bring down the ball carrier.
And it's the same guy carrying the football for Jefferson going both ways as Johnny Gamboa. So he's going to be worn out by the end of the night going both ways.
Yeah, Monty, the quarterback's playing some safety too in this one.
Michael Terry, the third at the top of your screen. 3 split to the left. As McKenna swings it over to Anderson. Look out, he could go again. He's already got 1 touchdown. He's cut down by Gamboa at the 13. That'll move the sticks, and it'll be another Align Mortgage first down. Also in the Central Med red zone tonight. First time.
Well, you know, our Jack Green, who's a photographer for Sinclair San Antonio, seen them all, and he says that Rhett's the best guy he's seen in eons. We haven't seen anything to debate any of that tonight.
Extremely athletic and unbelievably skilled. We've seen so many of his one-handed touchdown catches, and we saw how he set up the player on the last one. McKenna goes over the middle. This time it was tight end caught. Touchdown. Henry Robeson. Just like that, it's 13-0 Mules with the kick to come.
Alamo Heights dialing up another 6. Again, you pay so much attention to what's going on outside. They show you that they can run, and then boom, they hit you right over the middle with the tight end flying free.
Ball will attempt the extra point. And that onside kick really paying off as Alamo Heights didn't want to go to the end of the first quarter watching Jefferson run out the clock. Ball gets his foot into this one, and it is good. The Mules lead it 14-0, 2:05 to play here as we take another look at that strike right down the seam. That kind of looked like Cooper Rush to C.D. Lamb the other night down the seam with number 88 catching it.
Yeah, indeed it did. I was watching Henry before the game, and there was some Metallica that came on the in-house. By the way, if you'd have told me that we would add some Metallica when I was a senior in high school playing in the school in-house, I would have told you we were living in another dimension. But Henry was actually bobbing his head, and I was thinking, geez, this song is so old. He was rocking with the oldies.
I'm telling you, man, every stadium that we've been to all year long is 70s, 80s rock. Like, these kids still like it pregame. Blue Oyster Cult, Don't Fear the Reaper was playing.
Right. Well, I don't know if they like it, but it's all they get. You know, it's one of those things. It's Meatloaf Wednesday, right? You don't have to eat it, but it's all you're getting. It's Meatloaf Wednesday. Sorry, Mom.
Fish sticks on Friday.
Right.
Gamboa deep to receive the ball kick. 2:05 to go here in the first quarter. And Gamboa will defer to Austin Emasquita, the guy you were talking about, who's been a little banged up. And we're back in 15 seconds.
Being a teen ambassador lets me speak up for teens who might not have a voice and be able to connect with other teens around the city.
$14-0 back here at the Rock Pile. Let's go down to the sidelines and Kristen Urban.
Thanks, Don. Gomez Law is one of our biggest sponsors tonight. I'm here with one of their attorneys, Luis. Luis, why is the high school football community so important to Gomez Law?
You know, first of all, thank you so much for having us here today, Kristen. It's always an exciting time when football season's on. But, yeah, no, the community is extremely important. We want to be here whenever it's the time of need or the time of celebration, and I think today's a great day of celebration.
Gomez Law Fights is your main slogan. Why is it so important for you to fight for the community?
Yeah, whether it's inside the courtroom, whether it's outside with the community, I think we love to be a part of the community. We love to be involved as much as possible. I think a person, when they hire an attorney, they want to meet someone, they want to see him face to face. We are really involved with the community. We give them our cell phone. We're always out there in events and community events. And we really care about the community. Mr. Gomez was telling me earlier today that he's like, man, like, I actually used to play here football 50 years ago. So it's an extremely exciting time for him. It's truly an honor to be here today, and it's truly an honor to see these schools here and the unity that it brings to the school, and not only to the school, but also to the city.
Speaking of 50 years, Gomez Law has been around for 50 years, and you're hoping to go for 50 more. Super impressive. Just tell us about that.
Yeah, I think it's a new generation. It's the reverting of growing with the city. I think regardless of whether there's many competitors or not, I think we really care about the people. We really want to be as involved as possible. And if you ever meet Mr. and Ms. Gomez or their family, they're truly one-of-a-kind family that really gets involved and really loves to help out and give to others.
Thanks, Luis. We appreciate your time and all that Gomez Law is doing for the community. I'll send it back to you, Chuck and Don.
All right, thanks, Kristen. Big 3rd and 5. Carter's not going to get there. It'll set up 4th down as Amonte Carter tried to do a quarterback sweep, and the Mustangs will have to punt it away from deep in their own territory.
You know, Don, I got a chance to meet Mr. Gomez a couple of weeks ago, and to Luis's point, I mean, he was at a Central Catholic event, giving back there, and you know, I'm not surprised he played football. I mean, he's a big dude.
Yeah, he is.
He's like 6'4", 6'5".
Really nice guy. Met him at our fall premiere. That's the end of 1. Alamo Heights 14. Jefferson nothing. Second quarter action coming up. Welcome back. It's time to check out our Texas Med Clinic first quarter highlights. All Alamo Heights, Rhett Anderson, little juke move, the stutter step. He went the distance to make it 7-0. And then the next possession, they go to Henry Robeson, the senior tight end, right down the seam. Touchdown, Mules. That's where we stand, 14-0, with Jefferson punting it away here as we switch ends. They'll kick it away from their own 12-yard line as Michael Flores will be the punter. And good pressure. That one's partially blocked and caught. Alamo Heights going the other way to the 5. Touchdown Mules. Tommy Colligan, the all-everything district co-MVP, with a blocked punt return for 6.
Hey, Colligan, man. When we talk about these special teams from Alamo Heights is elite. They are special. We've already seen it twice tonight, and we're nearly into the second quarter.
Reese Harwood, the senior, got in there to get his hands on the football. It caused the deflection, and Colligan did the rest.
Man, these guys will get you a bunch of different ways, won't they?
And the kick by Ethan Ball is up and good. And just like that, on the very first play of the second quarter, the Mules score.
Yeah, what a performance so far by these Alamo Heights Mules. I mean, just big play after big play and making it look awful easy here, especially on these special teams. You know, and Tommy's going to play both D-line and linebacker in the 3-4, and he's going to be a defensive end in the 4-3, but he can also pick it up and go too.
He is their leading tackler coming into this game. He was the co-MVP last year with Darian Murphy of Floresville. Remember him. What an outstanding athlete he was. Red McCombs Toyota smile cam up, and lots for the Mule fans to smile about. Family affair out there tonight. If you've never you don't have to follow any team. If you don't follow any team, that's fine. Just come to Alamo Stadium on a Thursday or Friday night, Saturday too. Buy a $3 ticket, sit on the top row, and just enjoy the view. Downtown San Antonio, Almas Park, it is majestic just to be out here in the good weather and watch a football game here at the Rock Pile.
We're talking about all the Ivy Leaguers that are on this football field here tonight, and the young man that you talked about being a co-MVP last year, remember him? He ended up going to Princeton, right?
Yeah, Murphy sure did. Gamboa on the return, takes it across the 15. It'll be first down and 10 at the 16-yard line, as Jefferson will try to get back to what worked well for them on that first drive, where they actually moved it into Alamo Heights territory and kept that ball away. It's hard to keep the ball away on block punts, though. And they are running in Michael Flores now, and here comes Carter, the quarterback, as the play clock ticks inside of 10.
That's an eternity for these Mustangs.
There's Amante Carter, our Beluga Air player profile, as he hands inside, carries out the fake. He's a basketball player, he's a track athlete, a fantastic young man, and Chuck, as you were saying in the open, good with the books.
Yeah, really good student, and you know, again, he's got a good arm too. I mean, but this is the way they're going to have to play it right now, and especially, you know, we talked about some of their better receivers being banged up. You know, you kind of have to go with what you got some nights, and, you know, this is what they like to do, though. But it would be nice to be able to have some of these receivers available that you could hit them over the top. You know, you got to be able to take your shots every now and then.
Second down and 8 for Carter. Tosses. Coming to the right is Garces. And good pursuit by the Alamo Heights defense after a short gain. Again, it's Corbin Gunter, the senior, running him down.
Alamo Heights is jamming the box and doing a very good job being active and moving towards the ball, eluding blocks and making a play.
Third down and long. Do we ever see a pass attempt? Do we see maybe them rock them to sleep a little bit and then try to hit them with maybe a tight end pop pass, kind of a seamer like we saw Alamo Heights pull off?
Yeah, let's see if they do it. I mean, they're still going with these double tight ends, that's for sure, and there's power I.
A little fake on the jet sweep. Carter keeps, spins down across the 20. Ball came out, but the official says he's down. So it'll set up fourth down and long, and Coach Cardenas will run out the punt team again. I like that set, a little bit of a mix up there. Loaded up the right side, faked the jet sweep, but I tell you what, Carter's got to be tired just running back and forth to the sideline to get the play. He's putting in a workout tonight. He may run 10 miles by the end of the night.
He's an athlete. He's going to have a really good chance to play some college football, too.
Rhett Anderson back to receive. The last one was blocked, but look out. If Anderson touches the football, he's a threat. That's a low liner right at him, and he's got the football. Look out. Rhett Anderson runs right into traffic, though, and a nice job by the Mustangs' Cyrus Cardenas to come up with the tackle. Alamo Heights football to 45 when we come back.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Solve HR.
Welcome back. It's Alamo Heights football, early second quarter action. Michael Terry III, the outstanding sophomore wide receiver, checking in. And I've been corrected. The great guys in the booth reminding me that it's not a $3 ticket anymore. It's like it's $10 to get in, right?
And it's also got to be done online.
Back in my day,
cards.
you showed up with $3 and you got popcorn was included.
Yeah, and get off my grass while you're at it.
Here's Terry taking the snap himself. Michael Terry in a little wildcat action. Picks up about 4. Was hit after he was down, no flag.
He sure did. Some guys getting after each other, but yeah, Don, of all the things that Coach Ritteman told us tonight, the one thing he didn't tell us, which we saw in pregame, was Michael Terry III taking some snaps at quarterback and, just throwing the ball pitch and catch style with, just a little running around before the ball game.
Yep.
He throws a nice ball, too.
It's not a wildcat now. He's in at quarterback. Michael Terry, again, just a sophomore, played as a freshman last year and was all district. Now he wants to drop and throw and fires out the flat. Collision of the game nominee. Ding, 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 ding. As coming up to make the stop was number 12 for the Jefferson Mustangs.
Yeah, Austin Amasquita, that's our guy. Thought we were going to see him at wide receiver, but looks like he's going to be playing both ways tonight if he gets on the field. Nice job there.
Very nice job coming up to make the hit. It's 3rd down and 1.
And Austin's missed the last 3 games, Don, with a little bit of a bum ankle, so they're going to need that guy all year long, not just tonight.
Bennett Flesher lines up in the backfield with Terry, who's going to take it himself on a little quarterback keep. He dances, breaks free, he's gone. Michael Terry III, touchdown Mules. What great feet early in that play.
Yeah, just the poise and setting up blocks, and boy, we're going to be talking a lot about this fella for the next few years, right? I mean, this guy gets an offer, Don, from Georgia Tech before he even sets foot on a high school campus. He's the real deal. He can play some basketball, too, from what we understand. Not a surprise.
Boy, you saw it there, the footwork to find the hole and then the burst. His ball adds the extra point to make it 28-0. And what a special athlete Michael Terry III is. It's all Mules at the rock pile. Second quarter action continues. Welcome back. You're looking at Michael Terry III, just a sophomore. As Chuck said, he's got offers from Georgia Tech and UTSA. Many, many more will come pouring in. And Chuck, it reminds me of I used to stand in the press box over at Rutledge Stadium and see a young Sincere McCormick and DeMarvin Leal playing as sophomores, and Rashad Wisdom. Those kids, I remember Gerard Douglas when he was a sophomore. And they're only going to get bigger and better, and one day we'll be seeing them on Saturday.
Dude, how many have we seen this year already? I mean, that big number 17 from Madison, just a freshman, and already looks like he's ready for the show.
J.C. Evans over at Brandeis.
All over the place. Yeah, they're coming.
Little muff on the handle, but Jefferson scoops it back up. It gets to the 18-yard line. Mustangs will try again to do what they did on their first possession, and that is move the football to keep the clock running. 7:44 to go here in the second. Alamo Heights possessing the ball most of this quarter so far, and subsequently the clock hasn't moved quite as quickly as it did in the first quarter.
Well, again, these Mustangs are young, Don, but they got a lot of skins on the wall. These guys all played as sophomores, a lot of them, and so they're kind of growing up within the program. And the numbers probably still aren't where I think Coach Cardenas wants them to be, but, you know, these guys are going to get a lot of experience this year, and, you know, they've already got a couple of quality wins notched on their belt so far this year, and we'll see if they're going to be able to, you know, maybe get some down the road. But it's coming too here. I mean, they're going to be a veteran group next year, a lot bigger, a lot stronger. Kids in the weight room already. And Coach Cardenas was talking about, you know, we had to kick guys out of the weight room at 6:30 at night. They were there all summer, and they're starting to see some of the results. But a lot of underclassmen on these Jefferson Mustangs football team.
Not much doing there on that Cowboys AC first down, so it's 2nd down and 11 as Carter jogs the play back in from the sidelines. And again, very consistent, breaking the huddle with about 10 to snap it, 5 right now. And it's Carter on the keep himself. He broke through, and a nice pickup there will make it a manageable 3rd down. It was 3rd and 11, and I think he got about 6, so it'll be 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, we talked about us feeling old, right? Up here in the booth, because we are, but Coach Cardenas actually coached Amante Carter's dad back in the day. Yeah, that's
once
when
you get to the 2nd generation, you know you're doing it a long time. Right. The pension is pretty good at that point.
Right?
The coaching pension is set when you've coached 2 generations.
Yeah, Coach Eddie's one of the best, dude. You know, get a chance to talk to a lot of coaches, and he's such a good sharer and has great stories to tell, and gotta love it.
The first pass attempt, and it's caught! The Mustangs throw the football. Austin and Mosquito with the reception. They move the sticks. It's a Cowboys AC first down, their first pass and their first completion of the night.
Carter doing a great job just corralling the snap. Then rolls, deals, and they're going to run it 90% of the time. But again, this is Amante Carter's first crack at playing varsity football. So, you know, I think we're going to see a little bit more of the throwing game too, and as he goes along in his career.
Here's the first down. He'll keep it himself. Sticks his nose in there. Gain of about 2.
And you can imagine the shape that Amante Carter's in too, with as many touches as he gets.
Like you know, he's so like wishing that those little headsets that the pros wear, where you get to play in your ear. He's like, why do I have to keep running over to the sidelines?
Now he plays basketball, runs track. Got a 3.8 GPA for Coach Cardenas.
And
tickle the strings too. You got to like that, Don.
Absolutely. I wonder if he plays a little Stevie Ray Vaughan. Johnny Gamboa picks up a couple. It'll be 3rd down and long. I wonder if they're feeling their oats now after completing a pass. Certainly we won't see 2 throws out of 4 plays.
Well, if you believe this is 2 down territories, you might 2 down territory. You might get it before the end of this series.
Yeah, they may think that way. Down 28-0, nothing to lose. 4:39 to go here in the half. Same eye set for Carter. Keeps it himself. Looked like he was going to pitch it. Bully balls straight ahead for about 4 more. And Chuck, I think with that gain there, they may actually be thinking right now of 2 down territory, because they're going to go quick here. Well, they're not going to go quick, but they're going to line up and go for it on 4th and we'll call it 1.5.
Yeah, I'm with you, Don. It looked like he may have wanted to pitch it there, but banged into one of his own guys, but still was able to get some lemons out of that one.
They haven't gone left to Gamboa lately, which they ran 5 times to start the game. Wouldn't be surprised if you see him go back to that bread and butter. 4th and 1. They hand it right up the middle, and I don't think it's going to get it. It's going to be about 2 footballs short from this angle, and it's going to be Alamo Heights football. They tried to run the fullback, Austin Banda, straight ahead and just bully ball it. The interior front, Tommy Colligan, who had that punt return block for a touchdown. And they're going to measure here. Alamo Heights thinks it's not close.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. Well, I mean, it's close, but I don't think he got it. But gives us a chance to tip our cap to Carson De Leon, Angelo Annis, and Adrian Rodriguez. All seniors up there playing in that defensive line for Alamo Heights. Those guys have really done a good job after that first down they gave up to begin the ball game.
Length of a football short. It's Alamo Heights football, and the Mules will have it with 3:30 to play, and we're back at 15.
Being a teen ambassador gives me a push to be a better leader of my community, and it makes me happy to be of service to someone.
So we'll see what the Mules can do. Take a look at a very successful night for Conley McKenna. Terry now back at receiver at the bottom of your screen. Rhett Anderson's in the slot, both on the left-hand side. McKenna will hand inside. That play's going backwards. A great job up front. Austin, they get Justin Ruiz, the sophomore, there with first contact.
Yeah, and you see what Coach Ritteman's doing too. I like it, what he's doing with Michael Terry III, right? Giving recruiters a little bit of everything. We're showing that the guy can play quarterback, he can play running back. He's a heck of a receiver, and he's, believe it or not, leading this team in rushing yards.
Hiram Valenzuela also got in there for the tackle. Second down, and we'll call it 10. Anderson at the bottom. Terry in the backfield. They throw it back to Rhett Anderson. Let's see what he does. Rhett Anderson picks up a block. Jitter step. Cross the 30, still on his feet. Brought down at about the 27-yard line. Chuck, they just want to get the ball in his hands because he's almost impossible to tackle.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a bunch of touchdowns returning kicks, too. He thought, okay, what's he going to do with it? He could probably throw it as well, as talented a player as he is. Do you see how patient he is, too, Don? Just waiting for his blockers to get there and setting guys up. I mean, just a guy that knows how to play football, and a little coach playing on the field, too.
Cowboys AC first down. Mules split out. Wyatt Thistle, top of your screen. Michael Terry's at the bottom. Anderson in the slot on the right-hand side. Sling it out to Anderson again. Makes one guy miss and another. Anderson gonna walk in for another touchdown for Alamo Heights. Rhett Anderson making it look easy. Touchdown Mules.
And so McKenna is now 7 for 7 in this ball game with a touchdown, or 2 touchdowns, or 3 touchdowns.
7 for 7, 3 touchdowns, over 100 yards, and he only has 9 incompletions on the season.
Right, so he's got more touchdown passes than he has thrown incompletions this season. That's ridiculous.
Well, it helps when you have playmakers like number 2 and number 3. And the Mules will add the extra point here with 1:46 to go. It's 35-0 Alamo Heights. A lot like what we expected, just because, nothing against Jefferson, but just as this is what they do in their district. They beat Brackenridge 56-23, Highlands 49-23, McCullum 54-7, and last week Burbank, or 2 weeks ago, Burbank 62-0. And right now, coming up at halftime, we're going to spotlight a couple of area teams that are making a difference in our communities with that Beyond the Game program. Let's hear more about this initiative from San Antonio Sports, Jenny Carnes and Valero.
Beyond the Game is an initiative that works with all of our school districts to encourage high school and middle school teams to make a difference within their student population and serve our community. We know that students who participate in team sports are setting the foundation for their future in the workplace by learning teamwork, unselfishness, and respect. This program recognizes high school and middle school teams for working together to make a difference in our community.
The values of integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service are the backbone of Valero's long-standing culture, and we are honored to partner with Beyond the Game to recognize these exceptional students in their endeavors.
Having Valero as a teammate for Beyond the Game will help this program continue to positively impact more teams, coaches, and families. 4 teams will be recognized during the San Antonio All-Star Football Game presented by HEB in the Alamo Dome. If you want to nominate a team, you can visit sanantoniosports.org and learn more about the program and nominate your team today.
You are looking at the Smile Cam brought to you by Red McCombs Toyota. The Mules, they've been smiling, a lot to smile about, those fans. Their squad has made it easy on them. No stress this year when you're an Alamo Heights Mule fan.
Yeah, not right now, but you know, again, Don, you talk about the play of Conley McKenna, the quarterback. I mean, this guy last week, 7 touchdowns, threw for 5, ran for 2 more. I mean, how many dudes can say they've done that in a high school football game? I mean, to your point, this is what they do. I mean,
and it's not good. You know, it's not a lot of throws downfield. It's just get the 5-yard route, get it in the hands of the playmakers, and let them do what they do. Ball puts his foot into this one. It's a high kick, going to be muffed by Gamboa, who fell down, still loose, and Gamboa dives on it on the 9, so the Mustangs will start with tough field position here with $1:40 to go. You got to think, if you're Ed Cardenas, you just want to get out of here at 35-0 and get $1:40 gone off the clock, as you see at the Christus Santa Rosa Sports Medicine Band Camp. Make sure you stick around for our Central Med halftime show. It's always one of the best parts of the show. Kristen Urban will lead it with our Scholar Athlete of the Week. David Chancellor brings us that every week. It's the Central Med halftime show, and look forward to hearing these 2 bands that are always really good. Here's a Monte Carter on a Cowboys AC first down. He keeps himself. That's been one of their best plays tonight. He turns, spins, and fakes the pitch and then turns it up himself, as Ethan Ball, who also kicks, was the man to bring him down.
Yeah, Tavitas, Corrales, and they got a sophomore over there we're going to be talking a lot about, I think, too, as the years to come. Amari Owens, number 70, just a sophomore. Run on that right side. You got some big fellas over there.
One thing we learned from Coach Cardenas today, this week, talking to him out at the practice, is these guys look forward to the fight. They know they're overmatched, but they're not going to quit. They'll play all 4 quarters, and they will give a lot of effort. They like to scrap. They look forward to this kind of challenge.
See if you can start stacking some first downs here.
They need one more.
Something going.
Yeah, they need one more to get to the half here on 3rd and 1. Actually, I think if Alamo Heights doesn't burn a timeout, which they won't, they can get to the half no matter what, because we'll be 25 on the play clock after they snap this one. So this is likely the last snap of the half. Well, maybe not. Hey, what a clean game, though. A reminder that that's like our first or second penalty of the game.
I know. Like I said, we're going to be out of here getting some Taco Cabana tacos. At the rate we're going, we're going to be out of here early. We got a first half played in just under an hour.
Ernie Bustamante.
6 or 7 offense. 5-yard penalty, previous spot. And it's go down.
Ernie and his crew doing a great job. Getting the clock reset. Christopher Lopez is our umpire. Joseph Martinez, the head line judge. David McManus, the line judge. Ethan Risley, the back judge. Lamarck Holcomb is the field judge, and Joseph Lopez is the side judge. I got a chance to talk to Lamarck Holcomb at length before the game. He was talking about the need for officials and the training, and really enjoys being out here with these kids and giving back. As Carter breaks free, and he's still on his feet. Look out. Lamonte Carter with the best gain of the night for the Mustangs as the half comes to a close. That'll do it for 2 quarters of play. Alamo Heights in complete control, up 35-0. Make sure you stick around for the Central Med halftime show. We'll hear from the Alamo Heights band, the Jefferson band. David Chancellor will have our Scholar Athletes of the Week. And in the meantime, we'll see if Kristen Urban can run down Coach Ed Cardenas. She has, and let's go down to the sideline to Kristen.
Thanks, Don. Coach, it was all Alamo Heights this first half. What's it going to take to slow them down in the second?
We're going to have to get some first downs and keep their offense off the field. You know, so the kids are going to keep fighting for 2 more quarters.
What's your message going into the locker room?
Stay focused and you know, have fun and play the game the way it's supposed to be played.
Thanks, Coach, and good luck. Back to you, Chuck and Don.
It's got to rally the troops. It's halftime. All Alamo Heights Mules. Our Central Med halftime show is next here on the CW35.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Taco Cabana, the Gomez Law Firm, Vulcan Materials Company, Central Med, Red McCombs Toyota, Texas Med Clinic, Align Mortgage, Cowboys AC, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio, San Antonio Metropolitan Health District, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Rhino Roofers, Atlas Floors Carpet One, Air and Plumbing Today, Solve HR, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, Beluga Air, Christus Santa Rosa Sports Medicine, and Monarch Trophy Studio. Welcome to the Centro Med Halftime Report.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Week 7 of Thursday Night Lights, where the Alamo Heights Mules are currently up 35-0 over the Jefferson Mustangs. The Alamo Heights High School Marching Band is currently out on the field, and we were able to catch up with their director earlier this week.
My name is David Stevenson. I'm the director of bands here in Alamo Heights, and I'm also the fine arts coordinator for Alamo Heights ISD. I have been in the district and the director of bands here. This is my 10th year. The show itself is titled From the Ground Up. And actually tonight we are performing for the first time, performing the entire show. We start on the ground, and then we have ways that we'll elevate the students and parts of the band up at different times. And so you'll see that physically going from ground and raising up. But really the underlying message is this happens every single year. We are building our show and building our program for the year really from the ground up each time. So we start at the end of July, and we start back to basics. We start with fundamentals, and we're just growing that program. And what I love about a high school band marching show is we are working on it from end of July really until the end of October, early November. And there's not a whole lot of activities that students this age really work together for that long of a time to build. So we're building that show from the ground up. We had our first contest this last Saturday. We had a contest at Piper High School and had a really strong run. Our next contest is this coming Saturday at Heroes Stadium. It's at the Rough Rider Marching Contest. It'll be the first contest that we're performing the entire show, all parts of it, all of the music. And then next weekend, again at Heroes, is our UIL competition, region competition, and that's really what we're shooting for. That's the big one where we'll have it all out there. for a rating, and hopefully we get to progress to the area marching contest the following weekend on the 22nd up at Pflugerville. I feel absolutely blessed with the people I work with. My colleagues here, Matt Moreno and Troy Chester, are the assistant band directors and really run much of the program, just do an amazing amount of work and great teaching, really respected by our students, and just give them great information. Our color guard director, Yamika, and her assistant, Axel, also just fantastic. We have fantastic parents, our parents support organization, Band Association. We could not do what we do without them. So I, again, just real thankful for their work in feeding us, clothing us, getting us where we need to be, and making sure all of our kids have what they need. There is not a better, more supportive community and really administration, starting with our superintendent, Dana Bashera, and every administrator we have, Corey Smith, our principal, just really supportive of us. Anything we need, they make sure we have. And then I'll say the last thing is just these kids are absolutely amazing. Just amazing young people that are going to do wonderful things, obviously, this year and in our show, but I really cannot wait to see what they do in the next 5, 10, 15 years.
It's time to vote for the Children's Hospital of San Antonio's $5,000 band grant. To vote for the Alamo Heights Marching Band, scan the QR code on your screen or visit the cw35.com/station/contest for complete rules. You must be 18 years or older to vote.
San Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Valero are shining the light on teams who model key values through their action. This week, we salute 2 schools whose community projects demonstrate beyond the game values. Members of the Uvalde High School football team helped unload trucks and stage more than 800 donated bikes, which were distributed to the youth of Uvalde through an event called Bikes for Kids Uvalde. Holmes High School athletes spent a morning serving as positive role models for students at Esparza Elementary, opening car doors and greeting them as they got their week started. These athletes demonstrated the beyond the game values of integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service. San Antonio Sports and Valero salute high school and middle school coaches who inspire their teams to serve others. Parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate teams that go beyond the game. Visit sanantoniosports.org.
You're watching the Centro Med Halftime Report.
Vulcan Materials Company is the proud sponsor of TNL's Scholar Athletes of the Week. Each week we recognize outstanding student athletes, and at the end of the year, Vulcan Materials Company will present a $10,000 scholarship to one of the scholar athletes recognized on TNL. Our David Chancellor introduces us to this week's scholar athletes from Jefferson and Alamo Heights.
You're a twin?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let's start there. My biggest question, most important question, who's mom's favorite?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna say I am.
Nothing like twin rivalry between Jefferson football player Aiden Benavidez and his sister Haley. He admits she's the talker, he's the athlete.
Is she as athletic as you are?
Not even close.
Oh, wow. Okay, some trash talking.
He's got reason to be confident. Aiden is a star on and off the field. He's part of Jefferson's International Baccalaureate Diploma program. He plays football and still carries a 90 GPA.
Just being able to stay organized, have a balanced schedule, to me, I want to say it's a big achievement because it's telling me that I'm being able to handle this course while being able to handle my extracurricular activities.
Aiden sees his future in service, as in a police officer.
I don't come from the best neighborhood, so I want to be able to go and give back to my community, see what I can do to improve my community and neighborhood.
Are you a role model for people that live in your neighborhood?
I don't want to say I am, but that is my goal. That is what I want to be able to, I want to inspire others to do better.
Is it okay if I say that you're a role model? Because you are.
Did someone say role model?
I asked this humbly, what's it like to be perfect?
I am far from perfect, but that's very nice of you. I've worked so hard to get to where I am, so it's just great to see all my hard work pay off. And I love getting to represent the school for this because there's so many amazing athletes that are also deserving of this.
That's Claire Walton from Alamo Heights, humble by nature. So let me do the bragging. 3 years on varsity volleyball, 4 years on varsity track, including all district honors.
I was always focused on academics, but I didn't know I was going to be as athletic because when I was little, I was not. I've definitely come a long way in the athletic aspect.
She got game in the classroom too. 106 GPA and top 10 in her class, as in number 10.
You're number 10 in the entire Alamo Heights senior class?
Yes, sir.
Holy smokes, that is a major, major accomplishment.
So is this. She's been accepted to UT. Austin might be her future, but San Antonio will always have her heart. She's completed over 140 service hours for the National Charity League, serving local nonprofits. So how does she do it all and do it well?
100% effort, everything you do, work hard, and do your best, and good things will come.
Who is Vulcan Materials Company? You see our trucks on roads all over San Antonio and the surrounding area. But what do we do? Well, our story began over 100 years ago, and today we are the nation's largest producer of aggregates. That's stone, sand, and gravel. Plus, we produce construction-based materials including asphalt and ready-mixed concrete, the stuff to build the roads you travel, the schools your kids attend, and the homes you live in. Everywhere you look, you will see our footprint. Our story is one built on the talent, dedication, and performance of our employees. Hardworking San Antonians just like you. Our mission is to be responsible stewards with respect to the safety and environmental impact of our operations and products. In other words, we want to be your good neighbor, doing the right thing, the right way, all the time. The Vulcan way. Who are we? We're the ones helping to build a rock-solid future in San Antonio. Vulcan Materials Company, proud sponsor of Thursday Night Lights and Scholar Athletes.
You're watching the Centro Med Halftime Report.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Thursday Night Lights. It was all out of Alamo Heights this first half. They're up 35-zip over Jefferson. The Jefferson High School Marching Band is out on the field right now, and we were able to catch up with their band director earlier this week to see what's going on there this year.
Jonathan Mireles, Director of Bands, Jefferson High School, 13 years. And it's been going great. We've been progressing from the beginning, getting better and better each week, getting excited for competition season. We have quite a few seniors, and then we have quite a few that are new. So last 2 years, coming back off of COVID-19, how school was a little different, trying to, reignite the Mustang Band. Last year was our first competition season in 2 years. And so this time now, we got a lot of new people. We got seniors that have been doing it since their freshman year, juniors who've marched 1 year, and freshmen and sophomore who are completely new. So everybody's learning, but we're progressing really good and ready to kick it into high gear right now. Our show is titled "Scenes from the Playground." It's the music of West Side Story. So you're going to hear brass players, you're going to hear woodwind features, you're going to hear percussion players, some soloists, some great music, music by Leonard Bernstein, but arranged by Ron Ellis, from the director of bands at UTSA. And it's Scenes from the Playground. So October, we even like to call it a band soap. So almost every Saturday we have a competition, and these competitions will lead us up to our main goal, which is the UIL region competition. Hopefully we do well there and move on to the area competition, which is the week right after. We'll also be participating at the Bands of America in November. So excited to compete against other bands, excited to get better and better each week and just perform great music. Shout out to all the students, all the Mustang Band students who've been working hard since the summer, practicing their music, sectionals, rehearsals, helping each other out, learning their spots and their sets. Shout out also to all the parents who encourage and motivate their students behind the scenes and get them to the rehearsals and take them to the games and make sure everything they have is that they have it. Shout out to the faculty and the staff who are also helping them inside the classroom. Getting our students who have to juggle both the classroom academics and their rehearsal practice schedule. Some of the best students on campus are the band students who are motivated, working hard, and get better and better.
To vote for the Jefferson High School Marching Band, scan the QR code on your screen or visit the cw35.com/station/contest. You must be 18 years old to vote. Thanks again to the Children's Hospital of San Antonio for sponsoring this year's $5,000 band grant.
You're watching the Centro Med Halftime Report. You're watching Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
Welcome back to the Rock Pile. The CentroMed halftime show wrapping up. Second half kickoff will be sponsored by Rhino Roofers as the Mustangs take the field down 35-0. The Mules getting ready to come through their breakthrough, and it brings us to our halftime stats. And Chuck, Alamo Heights, only 191 total yards. The special teams really coming through for them, both with the onside kick and the blocked punt. And they've just been very efficient scoring the football when they had it.
Yeah, they've been pretty close to perfect in this ball game. And again, we talked about how great their special teams have been. Had the onside kick and then the block party. It's been pretty spectacular effort here so far by the Alamo Heights Mules in this football game.
And they will get it back to start the second half after Jefferson won the toss and elected to receive. And so Jefferson will kick off here to start the second half. Let's go down to Kristen Urban, who caught up with Coach Ron Ritteman.
Thanks, Don. Coach was telling me coming out of the half that they were clicking on all sides of the ball. He said defensively and offensively, he really liked what he saw. Now going into the second half, he was telling his guys in the locker room, you have to execute because when playoffs come around, we have to be ready for those second half situations.
Thanks, Kristen. Yeah, and that's going to be the challenge of Alamo Heights. It's no secret as we get ready for our Rhino Roofers kickoff that when the redistricting took place, Ron Ritteman and the Mules appealed that decision knowing that they might have an easy time in this district and they want to be sharp for playoff time. And so he's got to coach a little differently to make sure that they don't get complacent. Here's Terry on the reverse. Michael Terry taking the kickoff, making another man miss, getting a block. Terry to the 30. He's going to go. Michael Terry, touchdown, Mule.
Special teams are special. Michael Terry, that was a heck of a play, no doubt, but look at the blocking on this, Don. And then the presence of mind, even when he got down the sideline, to wait for guys to set up blocks.
Ethan Ball doing a great job leading the way down there.
Oh, by the way, did we mention that Michael Terry III also ran on the Alamo Heights relay team that went to state last year as a freshman? Get out of here, man.
Man, just really special. We told you this was going to kind of be the case tonight with Red Anderson and Michael Terry, and they have lived up to the billing. It's 42-0 Alamo Heights. Jefferson gets it for the first time in the third quarter when we come back.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Solve HR.
Michael Terry III. He is second or third to nobody tonight on the kickoff return for a touchdown to put Alamo Heights up 42-0. And now Ball will kick it off. Fair catch made at the 11. And we will see Carter in that Mustang offense here for the first time in the second half. He had his nicest and longest play of the half on the last snap of the second quarter. Maybe that gives him a little juice going into the second half.
Yeah, let's see if they can just stack some first downs and put a drive together like they did to begin this ball game. Everything was kind of going their way. They got a couple of first downs, and then that penalty set them back. And they're going to have to be perfect if they want to move the ball against this Alamo Heights defense. It's really played well tonight.
It's an Align Mortgage first down. They pitch it to Gamboa, and he picks up a couple. Starting the second half, much like they did the first, with a nice 3 or 4 yard gain on first down. Alamo Heights averaging 55 on the season. They've got 42 so far.
Gamboa with 11 totes so far in this ball game. See if Jefferson decides to be a little quicker in between plays, and indeed they are.
Carter trying to get to the edge, turns it upfield and steps out of bounds after he picks up an Align Mortgage first down. Really nice gain there by Monte Carter.
Yeah, Leo Guzman, just a sophomore, the left guard. Jaden Blancart, junior, tackle over there, doing a good job setting the edge. Carter getting outside and fresh set for the Mustangs.
And again, Cardenas telling us this week, he does not worry about his players getting their heads down when the score ends up like this, because he's got a bunch of fighters, and you saw that on that play. Here's Gamboa. He cuts it inside. Nice job of gang tackling by the Alamo Heights defense. 3 or 4 guys running to the football, including Corbin Gunter, who's had a nice night. Ethan Ball in on it as well.
Yeah, now 9 guys in the box for Alamo Heights, so they are just daring Jefferson to put the ball in the air.
Carter's 1 for 1 throwing the football. So maybe we'll see Meskina come in again. Going with 2 tights here and that I set. Second down and 9. It's Gamboa again. Nice pickup again. He's still on his feet near the 50, down at about the 49-yard line. And that'll set up third down and short. Nice gain there.
Corbin Gunter coming in to make the play. Gamboa really doing a great job of finishing off that run. Don, this Alamo Heights defense, they've seen a lot of snaps, all these guys as a group. Every one of them seniors, save for 1.
And the Jefferson offensive line stepping up to the plate on this drive. Firing off the football and creating a push for Gamboa. Third and about 3. fake pitch. Now Carter's got it, willing himself past the line for an Align Mortgage first down.
Man, that was a big fella run right there. Taking on all comers.
He's done that a couple of times tonight where he fakes that little pitch and then just will take on whoever's there.
Yeah, he went away from the shift that time. Alamo Heights moving a lot of guys pre-snap. Worked out well for the Mustangs.
Play clock at 15 as he jogs back to the huddle. They've been very consistent, snapping it with about 4 to go. And there's 6 right now. They snap it with 1. Gamboa to the outside, cuts it inside. He's roped down after a gain of 5, and Jefferson now doing what they wanted to do the entire first half. Mari Owens leading the way with that block for Gamboa.
Yeah, and using the whole field there too, right? Go left, go middle, go right now. A good job, good tackle there by Harrison Sobey, the senior inside linebacker for the Mules.
Alamo Heights with most of their starters still on the field on defense here on 2nd and 5. Carter keeps. He's outmanned that time. A nice job of the entire Mule defense running to the football. Tommy Colligan and Harrison Sobey both there on the tackle. It'll set up 3rd down and about 8, maybe 7.
Jefferson moving some different offensive linemen into the ball game too. David Pettis coming in, number 68.
Third and 6. Again, you think it's 2-down territory here. Carter keeps, turns it inside. Alamo Heights snuffs it out that time, and just too many hats around the ball, including Jackson Duffin and Harrison Sobey again.
Yeah, Jackson Duffin laying the wood. But look at Carter just ricochet right off it.
Sobey there to clean it up. It's 4th down.
I was going to say, unfortunately for him, there were a couple other Mules right there to make sure that he only bounced once.
And it looks like the Mustangs want to talk this over. And they're going to take a timeout. And we'll take it with them. Alamo Heights 42, Jefferson nothing. 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd. We're back. Time for a Beluga Air player profile on number 45 there, Hector Munoz. Just a junior, plays fullback and linebacker, and you can see he's the captain. He's also a member of the varsity track and field team. And look at that. He plays them in a mariachi group, plays the trumpet. How awesome is that? Carter wants to throw. Keeps rolling, looking, keeps it. Now wants to throw, doesn't get it off, gets pushed out of bounds, and it's Harrison Sobey again.
Yeah, and back to Hector Munoz. You gotta love the resume, but that young guy's been battling a bug all week, and he's out here tonight tearing his uniform, selling out for his guys. A lot to like about that guy.
And we're back in 15 seconds.
Being a teen ambassador lets me speak up for teens who might not have a voice and be able to connect with other teens around the city.
Alamo Heights with the football now. They lead it 42-0, 6:48 to go here in the 3rd. And we have a whistle, and does Alamo Heights want to talk it over? The Mules are going to take a timeout, and we'll take it with them. We're back in just a bit.
Second and 10. Looking for the deep ball, and it's Dents. Caught, 40-yard line, 30, Dents to the 20, 10, he is in the end zone for a touchdown.
Wow.
Barron,
That'll work.
Donnie Dents, 69 yards.
The great Ernie Zuniga on TNL all those years ago, back in 2009. Doing TNL a long, long time. Become a staple in our community, proud to be a part of it. Here's first down for the Mules. Little screen pass to Terry. Look out, Michael Terry cutting it back. Got one more move to make. Turns on the Jets, cuts it back again. Terry, one more move to the 5. Michael Terry the third to the house. 58 yards.
Yeah, I'd say something silly like this is his coming out party, but this is what he does.
Man, oh man.
We get to see it for a whole ball game. I mean, this is just, kudos to Alamo Heights. The last time they ran the play and Terry ended up scoring, great blocking. A lot of this was just vision and athleticism.
Vision, man. What great vision from that kid. I've seen enough tape to offer him a full ride if I'm coaching him.
Right.
Especially when you consider he's 6'2", 6'3", 205, and he's only 15 years old. Just a sophomore.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big frame dude.
I'd like to see Michael Terry the first and second.
Right.
What do they look like?
Put them on scholarship, too.
What did Dad look like? Oh, my goodness.
Wow, that is some kind of performance from 2 tonight, no doubt.
He's got 3 carries for 52 yards and a touchdown, and 2 catches for 57 yards and a touchdown.
Meanwhile, the quarterback McKenna hadn't let one hit the turf yet.
Yeah. No reason to throw it vertical. Toss it over in the little screen plays, little 5-yard hit plays, and let your talented athletes do the rest. New kicker in for the Mules. It's Andrew McKnight. And I imagine at this point we might start to see a lot of the backups for Alamo Heights up 49-zip.
Well, so this is their 6th ball game of the year, Don, and McKenna has 8 incompletes all year.
Unbelievable.
I mean, some of this stuff doesn't even make any sense. Like the old Tecmo Bowl game. Remember when you had Bo Jackson, you could kill a whole quarter with Bo Jackson?
And remember, half the team didn't play in the opener against Seguin. And since then, they've just been rolling it. And they, as we look at the TNL top 10, they're ranked number 4. And they're a 5A squad behind Steele and Brennan, Smithson Valley, all 6As. Brandeis had that great comeback last week against Johnson. Seguin beat Alamo Heights early in the season when the Mules were short-handed. Harlandale, Taft, New Braunfels Canyon, and Southside rounded out. New Braunfels Canyon we're going to have here on TNL near the end of the season against Wagner.
Yeah, Harlandale also in this league, having a great year as well.
Here's the pitch, and the flag flies as Gamboa, that's Garces, check that on the carry. Nice game, but the referee threw the flag from behind the quarterback. He threw it good ways. Tough move there because that'll back him up. And again, having good field position and having 3 yards in a cloud of dust in order to move the sticks is so crucial. Now it's 1st and 20, and that becomes all the more difficult. Jordan Portales has checked in at fullback. And they're going to throw throat. Carter slings it out, and it's short. Same route to Amesquita that they completed earlier in the first half. That one just short hopped him.
He tried to go low to get it, just couldn't get his hands underneath the football. Good route. Let's see if they can connect on the next one.
Set up 2nd down and 20, and who knows, we might see more of the passing now with these long down and distance situations, or you just stick with your game plan to get the clock and get out of here as soon as possible. You get it to Carter. He cuts it back upfield. Carter's got space. Carter's off to the races. Can they catch him? To the 10. Touchdown, Amante Carter.
Wow, what a
Never
play.
say die, Jefferson Mustangs.
Never say die, Amante Carter. Look at him go in the open field.
He's like, Coach, do I have to run to the sideline to get the play now?
Send me the golf cart over here, will you?
Really nice cutback move. And enough speed to outrun the Alamo Heights secondary. Is it coming back? There's a flag down.
Oh, say it isn't so.
Half the distance, it'll be 2nd down and a mile now. And a great play by Amante Carter wiped off the board. He's gassed. He'll miss a play as they'll run in their backup. Steven Morellis is the backup quarterback. We'll see who takes the snap. I thought I saw Uriah Bocanegra check in. And it's Bocanegra lining up behind the center.
Boy, what a play by Amante Carter. He deserves a play off.
Little movement. No flag that time.
Ball's out.
Ball's out, and it looks like the Mustangs got back on it. And the wheels falling off as they're going backwards. Jaden Blancart doing a good job to keep possession, but it'll be 3rd down, and I can't count that high.
Ball squirted out. It looked like Alamo Heights possessed it, and then they turned it over.
Here's a look.
Some pre-snap stuff going on there.
Let's see it from that angle. Set up. Is it Alamo Heights football? Oh, okay, you're right. It's 1st down. In other words, Alamo Heights possessed the football, and Jefferson got it back, so it's 1st down. They'll get it to Garces. He's breaking it. Past the 30, and they tack on 15 for a late hit.
A face mask.
Well, both.
He was well into run there, huh?
Yeah, he was well under that white strip when he was tackled. Let's see if he gets the face mask as well. Both the face mask and then the throw to the ground out of bounds. Personal foul for both. It'll be 1 penalty, 15 yards. They'll move the chains, and it'll be another Align Mortgage 1st down for the Mustangs. So they don't get Carter's touchdown, but they get out of that awful hole as they were moving backwards. I think it was 3rd and 40.
There's probably almost 90 yards of territory on this one drive. Some going left, some going right.
And here comes Carter back into the football game with 4:30 to play here in the 3rd. Garces has it, off tackle, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that might be it. Maybe a yard, being 2nd down and 9.
Well, worried a little bit about Alamo Heights with the week off, that maybe they'd have a little rust. Far from that this evening as we wind down under 4 minutes here left in the third quarter.
Second down and 9 for Carter. Same I formation. He'll keep it. He's got a blocker out there. He gets the seam again, and he cuts it back for another nice run. And look at him punish the defender. Amonte Carter. I think he'd be tired after that long touchdown run. I love the way he finishes this run in the last 3 yards of it.
Yeah, he's been this kind of guy all night, taking on all Alamo Heights comers on that one. Again, we're talking about a quarterback that can do this and then also play some safety as well in the same ball game.
Time for the Red McComb Smile Cam. Mustang dance team out there. .306 to go here. And it's Garces. He's getting to the corner. He's got the 20. Inside the Central Med red zone down to the 15. And the Mustangs have come out inspired. This drive went backwards to their own 4. And here they are knocking on the door.
Little pitch, get some blocks, and then gotta like that, 5 or 6 yards after contact.
So we'll see what the Mustangs can do deep here in the Central Med red zone. It's an Line Mortgage first down right at the 10. And Mosquito checks back in. Gotta like the effort by Amonte Carter. Leading by example. He'll carry it again. He's got a wall of blockers. He's got the 5, and he'll score. He gets it back. But there's another flag down. He scored 2 touchdowns on this drive, and it looks like both will be called back. He's got to be saying, what do I have to do to catch a break? We'll take a look at it and see if we can find the hold. 75 out there on the edge.
Yeah, cannot grab that jersey. They're going to see that. He had him squared up, too. That's a shame. That's one of those you don't have to grab anything. You already got your guy turned around.
He's got the edge. And something tells me, though, Jefferson's just never going to give up on this thing. Carter's like, Coach, I scored 2 touchdowns on this drive. You're making me walk all the way over here to get the play.
It was going to be right in line with the District Player of the Week.
Yeah. He'll jog back in. 13 on the play clock. And it's 1st and goal from the 14. Carter spins, keeps. He's still determined. Still grinding forward. His forward progress stopped at about the 9.
Now, on our scouting report, we were told that Amonte Carter, you know, because of his feet, also a really good basketball player as well, but Coach Ed says he thinks he's a better football player. And I haven't seen him play basketball, but we know we got a football player there wearing the number 3 for the Jefferson Mustangs.
You know, I'm impressed with his want to right now, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, he has every reason to drop his head. He's down 49-0. Had a 70-yard touchdown called back, had another one called back, but he still looks to punish the other team with every run.
The team captain for a reason.
They're going to put it in his hands again. Getting to the outside, being chased, got the corner. Any flags? No. Touchdown, Amonte Carter. If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Yeah, 3rd time's the charm for 3.
Just willed himself into the end zone on this drive.
Yeah, great job squaring up some blocks down there. Give the guy a lane to run through, and Free making it look easy as he tiptoes in.
Warren Falcon in to attempt the extra point. The Mustangs trying to get somebody out on the field, and I don't know that he was set. There'll be a flag down as they had a late ad. Michael Flores was trying to get out there. They'll back him up and make him kick it over from the 15. Well, that's a nice boost for Monte Carter and the Judson Mustangs. That's what we heard from Cardenas this week. Jefferson Mustangs. I'm sorry, I said Judson.
Sorry, we knew what you were talking about.
They won't quit. Carter scores, and the Mustangs are on the board. And we're back, checking out Monte Carter, getting a well-deserved water break there. The stats say he ran for 18 carries for 117 yards. He's probably between running to the sidelines for plays and running on a 70-yard touchdown run that's called back. He's probably run for about 400 yards today.
Right? It was a great drive by the Jefferson Mustangs right there. Even with all the adversity, they were able to finish it off.
A little pooch kick by Falcon. And whistles blow. And we will not see Michael Terry III nor Red Anderson for the rest of this one, I do not believe, as we are checking the depth chart and seeing some young mules out there. Parks Zunker, we're back in 15 seconds.
Being a teen ambassador gives me a push to be a better leader of my community, and it makes me happy to be of service to someone.
And the twos are out for the Alamo Heights Mules. That means Colin Ernst will be your quarterback. He's the junior, 5'10", 170. He's had some playing time this year. He's run for 2 touchdowns. And we'll also see some of the backup wide receivers, including Jack Sawyer, Park Zunker, and Cullen Reynolds. And it's an Align Mortgage first down here for Ernst. Low snap, he gets it, hands it off. And the Mustang defense will bring it down after a gain of about 2. That was Bennett Flesher on the carry. Also checking in at receiver is Jack Sawyer. He was all district last year as a utility player. Second and 9 on what could be the last play of the third quarter. Ernst also running the clock now. He'll hand it off inside to Flesher. And that'll take us to the end of the third, I do believe, with Alamo Heights leading 49-6. The Mules checking in their backups. And that'll do it for the third, 49-6. And we might be, Chuck, tonight looking at the fastest fourth quarter ever played. It could be possible.
Well, that's the way the Jefferson guys like to play it.
They want to run the clock. We're back with fourth quarter action after this. Welcome back. Time for the Texas Med Clinic Urgent Care third quarter highlights. Tonight has been the Michael Terry III show. Had a kickoff return, then this little screen pass, cut back the vision to take it all the way to the house. Another touchdown for Alamo Heights. And that's our Texas Med Clinic highlights. As we almost had a pick six going the other way for the Mustangs, as Flesher was the intended receiver.
Hector Munoz, our guy.
You know, not evident in those third quarter stats is, you know, the total yards looks pretty good for Jefferson, 251 to 223, but the difference is special teams. A blocked punt for a touchdown and about an 87-yard kickoff return for a touchdown.
Yeah, they've had 3 humongous plays, has Alamo Heights on special teams tonight, and that was one of their keys to victory.
They'll kick it, they'll punt it here. Is that the first punt of the night for Alamo Heights? Indeed, it is here in the fourth quarter. As Carson De Leon punted that one away.
I wonder how many punts Carson's had all year.
Yeah, good question. Not many. You see the Smile Cam, the Mustang dance team, doing their thing here at the rock pile. Told you how much we love coming here. Can think about the legendary games played in this place. Man. Going back to Linus Bear, Warren McVeigh, Lee Brack, 63. This place was packed. And there have been many, many since. The great Kyle Rote, Tommy Nobis of these Jefferson Mustangs played here in the glory days of the 50s.
Gary Green, list goes on and on. Man, SAISD, don't they do a great job with their Hall of Fame?
They sure do.
Of course, they got a lot to choose from with all the studs that have come through and played right here in this ballpark.
This old place has seen so many great games, and of course, it's been remodeled, and it's one of the nicer setups in town now. Saw Eric Flowers and the Roosevelt Rough Riders win a state championship here against Flower Mound Marcus back in '95. That was a special game. Back before all the games were played at Jerry World, as Garces bounces this one, stays in bounds to keep the clock going. So the Cowboys AC first down.
Yeah, that's one of the subtle things about Jefferson too. They do not run out of bounds. And coach to keep that ball.
Smart play there.
In the field of play. What do you think of these uniforms?
Well, the uniform, it's early for the uniforms, 10:47 to go. But
since I brought it up.
Since you brought it up, we got, I mean, just look at that shot right there. We got UCLA against SMU.
Okay.
I mean, it's just UCLA against SMU. Love the helmets for Jefferson. Love the all red. I don't know how often they do that, but it's a cool look. It's clean. The jersey numbers are bold, block, easy to read for broadcasters. And they got the classic SMU Ponies Eric Dickerson helmet. You can't beat that. That's a clean look. Alamo Heights, they go UCLA all the way down to the UCLA shoulder stripe. Not a better color combination in my mind than that color of blue and gold. I think that's a fantastic color combination. Also, very clean, just Heights across the front. Good triple stripe down the side of the pant. These are two of the best. I find nothing wrong with either. The helmet logos are clean. They're not too busy. Just perfection.
Yeah, I'm a real fan of the Jefferson logo. That's got to be one of the top 5s in the whole area, right?
Yeah. It's a Mustang. I mean, just plain and simple. Don't have to cloud it up with a state of Texas inside a Mustang or something like that. It's clean. That helmet's taking a beating though tonight. Paint on it. You know you're an offensive lineman and you're tough when all the paint's chipping off.
Dude, Warren Falcone, the kicker for Jefferson, did you see his helmet? That thing looked like it had been through the trenches a couple of times too. Of course, he plays on the defense and also plays some tight end, but yeah, I mean, that thing looked like it had been put through the spin cycle a few times too many.
Uriah Bocanegra with the game, the sophomore quarterback. Hey, it's time to announce the Children's Hospital of San Antonio, Christus Health $5,000 band grant. You know the drill by now, but now it's a little fancier. You go and you scan that code there, and you can vote for the band that you think deserves the $5,000 band grant. We've got 20 bands this year. The one with the most votes gets the $5 grand, thanks to the Children's Hospital of San Antonio. Some room here to the 20. We've got another flag down though, so Garces' run is coming back. Speaking of the chop block there, speaking of the uniforms, you know what I like that they're allowing more now? The officials are not as ticky-tack over the knee pads being gone, and you're being able to wear your pants above the knee. I like that. Hey, the great Jack Green in the booth.
Indeed. And while we're talking about the officials, I know they talked to you, Don, before the game, and these guys do such a great job, and they're busy this time of week. They got games on Thursday, and this crew's working a game tomorrow night. But folks, the area is getting bigger, and the pool of referees is getting shorter. So if you're somebody that has an interest in football, and you've been one of those people that have been critical of officials your entire life and you think you could do a great job, well, now here's your chance. I mean, these guys, this is getting a harder and harder sport to officiate, and week in and week out, we see the best of the best. But if you would like to find a way to become an official, there are a couple places you can go. You can go to TASO, TASO.org, TASO.org, or you can go to the San Antonio Football Officials Association, and that website is safootballofficials.com. safootballofficials.com.
They do a great job.
Yeah, they do.
And I was talking pregame with, I told you earlier tonight, Lamarck Holcomb, the field judge, and he was explaining to me some of the process of some of the training. And they have officials school, and you learn about all the rules and all the procedures and everything down to the uniforms and what is holding and what is technical. So if nothing else, you want to learn about football and you want to learn about the officiating.
Yeah, I mean, Lamarck was explaining to me last week about the 12 men on the field. We had a nice little conversation about that.
They got all the gear, man. They got a full belt full of stuff and whistles and earpieces and microphones and the way you carry your flag, the way you throw your flag. Got a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. All Alamo Heights, 49-6 with 6:31 to go. Welcome back. It's 49-6. Time for a Beluga Air player profile. It's Manny Harris from Alamo Heights. I like that powder blue UCLA jersey too. As you can see, he's a letterman in football and track. Part of the student council. He's the president of student council and the football council unity member. As they throw it, it's broken up. Rare pass attempt by the Mustangs. .6:29 to play here. And guess what we got coming up next week, Chuck? The Gucci Bowl is back, a T&L staple. Clark and Churchill. Oh, that's always a good one. Always a backyard brawl. Big district game now for these two longtime rivals.
Didn't Clark last year finally break the streak? Was it last year?
And they all run together for me. I don't remember.
Right.
And if Churchill lost,
number
certainly
ever.
That means we get to see the baby Gosling next week. Cameron Van Proyen, one of the top kickers and punters in town.
Sure is. Remember we had them, was it a couple years ago or was it last year where we had the fake punt?
Fake punt.
The fastest guy on the field.
Yeah. He can boom it. And Chris Kotfus, our producer extraordinaire, reminding us that Nick Smizik still has never lost a Gucci Bowl because he was undefeated as a player, and then last year he won as a coach, coaching for Clark.
And I can only remember Nick Smizik being the McAllister Park Little Leaguer. I'll never be able to get that out of my head.
The majestic home run he hit on national television with Brett Musburger on the call. How cool is that? How cool is that to be 12 years old, hit a home run at Williamsport, and have Brett Musburger on the call?
Oh, classic. How much fun was that?
That was so much fun. You know, put out on Twitter today, because it's Texas OU weekend, what's a traditional sporting event, in other words, one that kind of happens every year, that you've covered or been to that is the most special to you? Whether it's the Masters, as Alamo Heights' backup quarterback doing a nice job, Colin Ernst breaking that one. Whether it's Texas OU, A&M Texas back in the day after Thanksgiving, or the Masters, or the Indy 500, just to name a few. Little League World Series, Richard Oliver came up with Little League World Series at the top of his list. Going to baseball heaven is one of the coolest things he's ever been to. And I have to say the same thing.
That was fun. I mean, it came out of nowhere, right? It's like, we're wondering what's going to happen this summer. What are we going to do to fill the time? And there they were. Captivated the entire city.
Got a river parade. They're in the San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame. All those kids are 26 years old now.
The only thing I shouldn't say the only thing I remember, but one of my fondest memories on that is going upstairs to make the pitch that, hey, I think we should go to this. And our general manager at the time, John Siebers, is now a regional guy with our Sinclair broadcast group, saying, now why would you want to go to something like that? He goes, let me get back to you. Phone rings about 5 minutes later. He goes, I think this thing did like a 20 rating on ESPN, one of their games. So yeah, let's go.
It is so popular. Everybody loves the Little League World Series.
Yes. And there's just nothing like the first time, right? You get a team from your own town going for the first time. Had a couple cents. And those teams were special too, but there's just something about the first time.
I brought it up because it's Red River Rivalry Week. And I've been covering Texas OU since back when I was working for a radio station in Dallas in college days. I've probably been to 15 of them, maybe 20. And there's nothing quite like that either. That is really, really a neat deal. The Rose Bowl with Vince Young, another one. The Rose Bowl is a very special event, no matter who's playing in it. When that sunset goes down behind those mountains and you're down in that little valley in Pasadena. I've never been to the Masters, but David Chancellor said the Masters is right at the top of his list.
Yeah, and you know where I'm going with this.
You're going with the World Series.
That would be number 2. Number 1?
Rammstein.
Close. I got to interview Jerry Cantrell of Alice in Chains one time, solo. That was pretty cool.
There you go. I said traditional sporting event, but you know, you would consider that a traditional sporting event.
Yeah, I mean, there's, to me, nothing like a World Series. Getting ready to see what the Astros are going to do here starting next week.
Super Bowls are special. Even when you cover the Super Bowl that you don't have an interest in the teams, it's, you know, it's such a grand event that you know you're part of something cool.
Central Med Red Zone.
Ernst goes into the Central Med Red Zone.
Yeah, he does. Okay, so what was your favorite Super Bowl that you went to?
Cowboys, Bills, Atlanta, 94.
I don't remember the year, but it was the Patriots Giants, where the Patriots were undefeated, the Tyree game.
Stuck on the helmet.
Oh, you went to that game. What did you think about the Tyree catch? We were in a holding tunnel underneath the stadium waiting to go onto the field. So we watched it on our monitor. I may as well have been sitting in my couch.
Of course.
So the whole game except for that last drive. That's the way it goes.
I think I've been to 8 Super Bowls, and I think 4 of them were Tom Brady.
Right.
Including his first in New Orleans when they beat the Rams.
Yeah, I went to the 49ers Chiefs a few years ago before everything started shutting down. And that was one of my questions on Media Day was, aren't you glad the Patriots aren't here? Because that was the first Super Bowl I'd ever been to where the Patriots were involved.
Exactly. 49-6, a minute 10 left in this one. Checking out our Monarch trophies, 344-3777, or go to ntsawards.com to get all your trophy business plaque needs. Our friends at Monarch Trophy been a part of TNL since the beginning. We appreciate them, and we will give away our player of the game and our championship trophy to Coach Ron Ritteman here in our postgame show, so stick around.
How do they do that?
That's called lassoing, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know. It's like doing a hula hoop. How do you do that?
Ernst fires a little bubble screen. Look out. Touchdown, Alamo Heights. Cullen Runnels, the junior, getting on the board. And to their average, the Mules have hung half 100.
Colin Ernst picking up his first touchdown pass of the season. A very nice drive engineered by number 10. Gets it out quick. Great job by Runnels cutting it back and then running it in.
His first of the year, so he's celebrating that. And let's flash back. It's a TNL record flashback. There was a false start, so it's half the distance, so that ball is basically touching the goal line. They do the same thing. York one-on-one. He's got it. Let's see his speed. Jack York, 99.5. Ties the all-time record for TNL's longest play. I remember that well just a couple of years back at Bernie Champion. That was fun.
Everybody excited on the Alamo Heights sideline.
Happy for
that touchdown.
Yeah, first of the year for that young man. Maybe the first of his career. He's a junior. And I told you Alamo Heights was averaging 55 points a game. They're right on it. Don't forget to go to sanantoniosports.org to nominate your favorite team who's doing well in the community. Ball got loose again. They've had some hard time hanging on to the football in those kickoffs for the Mustangs. And Mosqueda doing a great job to get on top of that one. And with a couple of snaps here, we'll have a final. Stick around for our post-game show. As Kristen Urban will be joined by Coach Ron Ritteman, our player of the game, and the Alamo Heights Mules, who will stay undefeated in district play. And it's them and Harlandale, both undefeated, going into this weekend. Both 4-1 on the year. The Harlandale Indians with an impressive season so far. And it appears at this point to be a two-team race, although Highlands is still there at 3-1. And Jefferson is going to have a chance. With the rest of their schedule the way it is, they're right in the thick of it with Sam Houston, Burbank, McCullum, Edison, and Lanier.
You got to start stringing some wins together. But, yeah, I mean, they've had some wins. And, again, these guys played a lot of football. As sophomores and now most of them juniors. So we'll see what they can do the rest of the year. But this Alamo Heights team, Don, I mean, as good as they were last year, and then to have this many guys coming back, man, we thought they were good last year. I mean, this is.
Boy, they were.
and they were, right?
They were fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, this bunch might be even better. You know, Coach Ritteman was talking about, I like my guys. A lot of good teams. Sometimes they don't practice very hard. He goes, not this one, man. They attack every practice like it's their last.
They went all the way to the regional final where they lost to Liberty Hill 43-40. And it was their only loss of the year. 13-1 were the Mules. And they moved to 5-1. Tonight, Coach Ron Ritteman's team with a 56-6 win over Jefferson. When we come back, we will present Coach Ritteman with our TNL trophy, and we'll name the player of the game. And boy, there have been a few nominees tonight. Lots of worthy nominees. We'll hand out the trophy when we come back.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Taco Cabana, the Gomez Law Firm, Vulcan Materials Company, Centro Med, Red McCombs Toyota, Texas Med Clinic, Align Mortgage, Cowboys AC, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio, San Antonio Metropolitan Health District, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Rhino Roofers, Atlas Floors Carpet One, Air and Plumbing Today, Solve HR, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, Beluga Air, Christus Santa Rosa Sports Medicine, and Monarch Trophy Studio. Welcome to the Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights post-game show, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
Well, the Alamo Heights Mules continue their dominance of District 14 5A Division II. They beat Jefferson tonight 56-6. Let's go down to Kristen Urban on the field for the trophy presentation.
Thanks, Don. I'm about to announce our player of the game. Would Michael Terry III please come forward? Michael, it was such an impressive win tonight. You had 3 touchdowns. What was working for you?
We just had the great blocks, and, everybody was blocking great. So that's what made us score touchdowns.
How much does a win like this on TV mean to the team?
It means a lot because we've been working really hard and, just working hard and, just made us.
What do you want people at home to know about Alamo Heights?
That it's a great, community, and we was just, trying to make the community better in Alamo Heights.
Thanks, Michael. I'm about to hand you this, our Player of the Game trophy. You've earned this. Thanks, Michael. I'll bring over Coach Ritteman now. Coach, it was all Alamo Heights tonight. What was working for you? What did you see from your team that you liked?
Well, it started all week. These guys practiced real hard and had 3 great days of practice, and they showed up here on mission. I thought we played well in all 3 phases. We won every kicking play, and our defense was dominant after the first drive, and our offense executed whatever we called. So it turned out to be a great night, but they earned what they got tonight.
How does a win like this help your team's momentum going into the rest of the season?
Well, our goal is to get better each week, and this is another one. I think we've gotten better for the last 3 games, and so the challenge next week is we'll give them the weekend off, come back on Monday, and if we don't play better next Friday, then it's not worth it. So we're going to try to keep getting better.
Thanks, Coach, and congratulations. I'm going to hand you all this. It's your TNL trophy.
All right, thanks, Kristen. Hey, right now it's time for our Atlas Floors Carpet One play of the night. There were so many to choose from. How about the block punt and return by the Alamo Heights Special Teams unit coming into the game? We talked so much about the offense and the defense, but how about the special teams? As Chuck called it, hey, Culligan, man. touchdown Mules, and that is our Atlas Boars Carpet One play of the night. We're back to wrap it up. Look forward to next week when we come back. We're back. It's time for the Bexar County Sheriff's Office collision of the game, and it goes, brought to you by the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, and it goes to Austin Amasquita. Oh, going low, the torpedo. Form tackle for the Mustangs. Austin Amasquita gets our Bexar County Sheriff's Office collision of the game. Let's wrap it up with our Texas Med Clinic fourth quarter and full game highlights. And as you know, it was all Alamo Heights tonight. Started early. Rhett Anderson with a little juke move and a stutter step to make it 7-0, and the Mules never looked back. They were on fire. Through the air, on the ground, Michael Terry III with 3 touchdowns. Of course, they had the special team blocked punt return by Colligan as they went into the half up 35-0. Terry, a rushing touchdown, a receiving touchdown, a kick return touchdown.
Yeah, and he threw a pass.
He threw a pass
that was completed
Anderson with his second score here. And you can just take this highlight reel and send it to whatever college you want. Michael Terry III. You don't have to see him twice to see that he is going to be a superstar, still just a sophomore. And then, one of the great drives of the night, Carter scored 3 touchdowns on one drive. Monte Carter and the Mustangs not giving up the fight, as Jefferson ended up with 255 rushing yards, Chuck.
Yeah, you look at that stat line, right, and you think, yeah, it must have been a heck of a ball game we saw tonight, and it was for a lot of different reasons, but mostly because Alamo Heights, their special teams, unbelievable, and their ability to make big plays, the difference in this one.
Next week, we have a T&L tradition, the Gucci Bowl. No longer week 1. It's now a district showdown between the Clark Cougars and the Churchill Chargers. We'll be at Comalander Stadium next week. Our executive producer is Dean Radla. The producer extraordinaire is Chris Kotfus. He makes everything happen there in the truck, along with our director, Brian Watts, as his entire crew. Javier and Oscar in the SAT truck, bringing it to you. For Chuck McIntyre here in the booth, Kristen Urban down on the sidelines, our statistician Nick Funky Cole Medina, and special guest spotter Landry Harris tonight. We had a great time bringing you Alamo Heights and Jefferson. Next week, it's the Gucci Bowl. It's Clark and Churchill, and we leave you with some of the fine work of Chris Kotfus and some of the great moments of T&L history. On their feet, players wanted to go for it. Bruce says, let's do it. They're gonna throw. Now he's gonna run. Evans has the 20. Evans is gonna score! Touchdown, Brandeis! Watch out, he's off to the races. That's our guy, DeBose, Frederick DeBose in a sprint. Forget that angle. You ain't gonna get him. Touchdown, Clemens! Throw it out in the flat to Marsh. Look out. Marsh breaks another tackle. Dancing to the 3. Spins to the 2. Touchdown. New Braunfels.
Who is this guy?
Landon Marsh. Conway to the house. Touchdown. Marshall Rams. Oh my goodness, can they run? Taking a beating tonight. He breaks it. Carroll is going to get his 1,000-yard season. Rolling, firing across his body. It's caught to the 5, spinning. Woo! Touchdown, Floresville. Breaking it free is Doty, the sophomore, on his way.
Bobbing and weaving and then lunging.
Oh,
great play.
Greg Eggleston having a huge night on TNL.
Sikorsky block off. Look at the little helicopter action, huh?
It was deflected and he caught it.
Get the heck
when
out
he's
of
on
here.
his back. Oh, pick six the other way. Keith Fennell going to the house. Still on his feet. Fjord across midfield. He breaks free. Fjord to the house. Touchdown. Champion Chargers.
Have you driven a Fjord lately?
Wiesner going to the corner. Got Randall. Did he catch it?
He did.
Touchdown. Johnson. Davis still on his feet. Davis breaking away. Davis with some speed. McGarrity's chasing him down. He fends off the tackle and scores. Marcellus Davis. Harlandale defense swarming. Paulette back. Wants to throw it. Holds. Now goes deep. Got a man breaking open and he hit him. Caught. It's Guess. And Guess has his second touchdown of the night. What a throw off to the races. Caught it, stumbling all the way down to the 7. Sack for a safety.
That's awesome.
Picks, a great tackle, and getting it done. Are you ready for some big-time Texas high school football live on Thursday Night Lights? And what a catch! Hitting me. Make a play 1-4. Single coverage. Locke got it. What a catch. Locke, touchdown O'Connor. He will not be stopped.
I was really hoping for this and it feels great.
Got it. Let's see his speed. Jack York, 99.5. Ties the all-time record for T&L's longest play. He's got the first, he's got a lot more. He's gone. L.J. Butler to the house. Touchdown, Wagner.
appreciate y'all coming out and doing what y'all do for high school football.
Rolling, firing, got it, on! Good! Fredericksburg wins!